Good night, CSEC scholars. Welcome to another live CSEC math class. This is Thursday, so we're doing our formulas and shortcuts class. And the formula that we're featuring tonight is area of the trapezium. All right, yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing, area of the trapezium. We're going to dive right into it after I play for you the schedule of live classes. We have 5 live PEP classes per week and 6 live CSEC math classes per week. Here's the schedule. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. All right, so take my hand. Here we go. So we're going to be looking at the area of the trapezium. And what's a trapezium? What's a trapezium, Imani? Or Asar? Oh, forgive me, I have not welcomed my scholars, and I'm interrogating them, and I have not welcomed them on. Welcome Asar, welcome Imani, welcome John.
Good night, Miss.
Good night, my faithful ones, my devoted ones. So who wants to tell me what is a trapezium?
Miss, a trapezium is a quadrilateral or a four-sided polygon, on the a side, like a pair of sides, are parallel to each other, and the other pair aren't parallel, Miss.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so it's a quadrilateral. It's one of the quadrilaterals. It's a four-sided figure, and two of the sides are parallel to each other, and two sides are not parallel. All right. So we could go into a whole discussion then. Is a parallelogram a trapezium? Is a rhombus a trapezium? We can look at those questions in another of the formula classes and see how we derive the classifications that we group these polygons in, and some of them overlap and some of the classifications differ depending on who you ask. So we can dive into that later on. So the typical trapezium will look something like that. Okay. All right. Forgive me, the lines will not be perfectly straight. So I always ask you to use your imagination. So the two parallel sides, you'll normally see them having arrows on them like that, right? So these two sides are parallel. And by parallel, we mean that they will never meet each other. They will never touch. They will maintain the same distance away from each other at all times. That's parallel lines. So you will never see them coming in at an angle. Once they start coming in at an angle, that means at some point they're going to meet. But parallel lines never meet. They always go, whether they're horizontal parallel lines or vertical parallel lines or oblique parallel lines. They will never meet each other. Same space all the time between them. So these two sides of the trapezium are parallel. These two sides are not parallel to each other. This side, or the height of the trapezium, so we could put h for height. The height meets the two parallel sides at right angles. So the height is perpendicular to the two parallel sides. So the formula then for the area of stop. Hold on, let me check. Imani, are you seeing the slide that I'm sharing?
No, miss. No, miss. Miss, it was loading and then it just went away.
Oh my, I wonder what happened. All right, let me share again. So that just happened, right? Just.
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
So someone who is not in the studio said that they weren't seeing it at all. Can you see it now?
Yes, miss. It's back up.
All right, let me do a quick check. You seeing it now? All
Yes,
right.
miss.
So okay, so I need to go over those points then that I was making, right? If at any time you don't see the screen, let me know immediately, okay?
Okay, miss.
All right, because I'm not seeing all that you're seeing. I'm at a different part of the studio. All right, so we're saying for the trapezium, it's a quadrilateral, which means it has four sides. Two of the sides are parallel. So these two sides where you see the arrow, they are parallel to each other. They don't touch each other at any point in time. No matter how far down the road they go, they will never touch. The height is perpendicular to the parallel side. So the height meets each parallel side at right angles. So I was saying that whether the parallel lines are horizontal or vertical or oblique, they never meet each other. They keep the same distance apart, always. So usually in the trapezium, the two sides that are parallel, you will see the two arrows usually. If you don't, just know that the two sides are going to be perpendicular to the height, and so you'll have a 290-degree angles here and there. Okay, so I was about to tell you that the area of the trapezium is half AB times the height, and AB would be the two parallel sides. So one, it doesn't matter which one you want to name A and which one you want to name B. So you would add, sorry, I wrote the wrong thing. It should be the sum of, Imani, could you correct me?
Miss, I was just writing it down and I realized.
Okay, so it's a plus b over 2, right?
Yes,
So we
miss.
add the two parallel sides and divide by 2 times the height, all right? So half a plus b times the height. All right, if you are given this side, you don't need it. Whether or not it's given to you and it's just the area you want, I mean, if it was the perimeter of the trapezium, yes, you would need this side because you would need to add the distance around it for the perimeter. For the area, you don't need the slant side. You need the height, the perpendicular height. You need the two parallel sides. So we're going to start by just working using that simple formula. So given a trapezium, so I'll give each person a trapezium, and all I want for you to do is to tell me the area, okay?
Okay, miss.
So I'm just throwing in some figures. I'm just pulling some things from outer space, right?
Yes, miss.
And hopefully they add up. All right, so this one here, let's say that's 53. And this one here, let's say this one is blah, 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 blah. Let's say that one is 70. Fingers crossed. Let's hope everything goes right. All right, so let's start with you, John. I want to know the area of this trapezium.
Okay, miss. So, miss, to find the area of the trapezium, miss, it'd be miss. Okay,
Hmm?
so to find the area for trapezium, miss, it'd be half height times.
Hmm?
Miss, the area for trapezium is a plus b over two times the height.
Okay, so a plus b over 2 times
Yes,
the height. All right. And that is,
miss 70 and 40. 70 meter plus 40 meter.
so 70 meters plus 40 meters over
Times
2
times
the
53.
height
Yes,
times what's the height?
miss 53 meter.
53 meters.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
53
All
meter.
right, so what's that's gonna give?
Okay, miss, 70 meter plus the 40 meter. Miss. That gives 110 meter. 110 meter times 53.
You don't want to half it first?
Oh, yes, yes, miss. So, miss, it
Okay.
be 50, 55, miss.
All right. And so what's the final answer?
Okay, miss. The final answer would be 2,915
Meters squared.
meters squared.
So 2000. Hold on. Hold on.
Miss, you're frozen for us.
All
Okay.
right. 2000 what?
Miss, 2,915 meters squared.
All right. So I'm gonna stop right. You can't see the red properly. All
Yes,
right. So
miss.
I'm gonna. You can.
Yes, miss, I can see it
All
clearly.
right. Some persons are having a little problem with the red, so I'm gonna ease off the red when I'm writing on the black screen. All right, Asar, you're up.
Okay, miss.
All right. So we have. Okay. So that's our trapezium. That's 20 meters. That's 32 meters. That's 15 meters and 12 meters. All right, so I'm just picking some numbers from out of space. So Asar, how would you find the area of this trapezium?
The area will be equal to A plus B over 2 times the height.
All right, so we always want to write our formula. Always want to write our formula and then we plug in. So what would that be then?
So that would be 32 plus 15
Plus 32 plus.
plus 15 over 2 times 12.
All right, so why not the 20?
The 20 isn't that's the longest side. Well,
Okay, so this is the slant. That's the oblique. The height is vertical, perpendicular. All right, so what do we have here then? 32 plus
47
15. So 47 over 2
times 12.
times 12. And this is in meters. This should be in meters. All right, so what's the area?
23.5 meters times 12 is 282 meters.
200 and
282 meters squared.
282 meters square. All right. So I'm giving each person just a simple one. All you're finding. So it's your turn, Imani.
Okay, miss.
All right. So your trapezium is like that. I'm not sorry for no teacher, so she can't draw a straight line. All right. So that's. So let's say this is 38 centimeters, and this is 46 centimeters. These are perpendicular and 50 centimeters and 55. All right, so area, madam,
Okay, miss. So the area formula is A plus B over 2 times the height. So that would be 50 plus
A plus B
um,
over 2 times the height, which is
miss 50 plus 55 over 2 times 38, which is the height. Okay, miss. And 50 plus 55 is 105 over 2. And 105 divided by 2 is 52.5.
so 52.5.
Yes, miss. And 52.5 times 38. Miss, that would be 1,995 centimeters squared.
1,195.
No, miss, 1,995.
Oh, 1,995
Okay.
centimeters square.
Squared. Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's continue. So I'm gonna give each person a little variation here. So John, this one is yours. All right. So if I have this trapezium, all right. So that's a trapezium. This line is straight. Don't argue with me, okay? And that's 10 meters.
Miss, doesn't the stroke mean that they're all equal?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, Miss, why is
Okay.
it? Oh,
So,
oh yes. Miss, cause one part of that is 5 meter. The triangle part, the base of the triangle.
okay.
So Miss,
So
Miss would
what's the
be
area?
okay. So Miss would be A plus B over 2 times the height. So Miss,
All right. So area is A plus B over 2 times the height. All
yes.
right.
So Miss A would be 10 meter,
Mm-hmm.
and B would be 10 meters as well, Miss.
You sure?
Oh wait, yes, Miss, sure.
You sure, John?
Mr. Strokes,
What strokes?
Mr. Strokes, and on the square, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
So Miss
What
will be
about it?
Miss. That means that they're equal.
What's equal?
Miss this um uh, Miss the Miss all the sides of the square.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Miss. So that's how
But
it be.
B is not just the side of the square, is it?
Oh no, Miss. So it be plus 5 meter.
Okay, so what is B?
Miss 5 meter.
No, John.
Oh, 50. Oh wait. Oh,
This is the height. This is the height, right?
yes, Miss.
So these are the two parallel sides. So this one is 10.
Wait,
This
2.
one is 15.
Oh, okay. So
So
plus
what should happen?
Miss
So
plus 15
10 plus 15 over
over
2,
10 times the height, Miss.
which is what?
Times 10, Miss.
Okay.
So
So that gives,
Miss 25 over 2.
all right, so 25 over 2
Yes, Miss.
times 10.
Okay, Miss. So 25. So,
Can
uh,
we cancel?
yes, Miss. We can cancel the 2 and the 10, Miss. The
Mm-hmm.
top number would give 5. So
Mm-hmm.
25 times 5 is 125. So it would be
Mm-hmm.
125 meters squared.
Correct. All right. So, all right, Asar. So, here's yours. All right. So we have something looking like that, and that, and that. All right. So from here to there is 6 meters, and this is 10 meters, and this is 12 meters. All right, so I want the area of the trapezium.
First, you have to find the height.
Mm-hmm.
So, so 36 squared. Oh, 6. So 10 squared minus 6 squared equal to b squared.
10 squared minus 6 squared equals, so let's call this x, okay? Equal x squared. Mm-hmm.
And 10 squared is 100.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 squared is 36.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 100 minus 36, which is equal to 64.
Mm-hmm.
And then to get rid of the x squared, we have to find the square root of both of them. So
Okay.
square root 64 equal x
Which is?
8.
Alright, so we're saying that this is 8. Alright, so now that you found this, what's the area of the trapezium?
Now we can look for the parallel sides,
Mm-hmm.
which is, or actually, I think we need to add the 6 and the 12 to find the length of that side.
Okay, so this is 12 as well. So the full length here would be 12 plus 6. Okay, so how much is that?
18.
Alright, so area is A plus B over 2 times height. Alright, so that would be what plus what then?
18 plus 12
So 18 plus 12,
times 8 times 8.
and the height is 8. So this height here is the same as the 8 that we just found. Alright, so that would give what now? 18 plus
That would
12
give
is
30 over 2 times 8.
30 over 2. Alright, so let's cancel 2. 2 into 8, 4. Final answer.
30 times 4 is 120 meters squared.
120 meters squared. Okay, well done, Asar. All right, Imani.
Okay, miss.
Okay, so we have. Okay, so find the area of that trapezium for me, Iman.
Okay, miss. So the first thing we're going to do is try to find the height since we already have the two parallel sides. And so how we're going to find the height is we're going to use Pythagoras' theorem by
Mm-hmm.
which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And um since we want to find the short side of the triangle in the trapezium, we're going to subtract 16 from 20 meters to
Mm-hmm.
get the short side length. So it's going to be um
So
4.
you're talking about this side here.
Yes, miss.
All right, so that side is 4.
Yes, miss.
All right,
So miss.
so that is 4.
Yes, miss. I can use Pythagoras' theorem. Miss, it's Miss. Should I just say that? Miss, it's not centimeters; it's meters.
Oh,
Miss, should I just
meters.
say that it's a
Yeah,
three
you
four
can just
five
say it because
triangle?
you should know this triangle.
Okay, it's a 3 4 5 triangle. So,
Uh-huh.
so now that we know that the height is 3 meters, we're going to find we're going to find the area. So the area is a plus b over 2 times the height.
Hold
And
on, hold on, Imani.
oh, sorry, miss.
So we're saying this is 3.
Yes, miss.
This is a 3, 4, 5 triangle because a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Equals
9 plus 16 gives
equals to
25. All right, so now that we have filled these in now, so we know the height is 3,
yes, miss.
like this.
Yes,
All
miss.
right, so let's go now. So area is,
A plus b, which are the parallel sides, over 2 times the height. So A and B are 16 plus 20 over 2 times the height, which is 3. 16 plus 20 is 36 over 2 times 3. And 36 divided by 2 is 18. Oh, and 18 times 3 is 54. So, miss, it would be 54 meters squared.
All right, so how much? 54.
Yes, miss, 54 meters squared.
All right, so let me shift over and check the chat to see what's happening there. Okay, so Pro John Boy team saying he's subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate that. And please spread the word and tell others. If you want to join us, let me put the if you want to join us in studio, here is the link. Here's the studio link. You can come on over and help us to solve these problems. All right, so let me see. Oh, so all right, so someone was asking me to write in white instead of the red. Young DK wants to know who is my favorite student. I am my favorite student. Welcome, Jamani. Welcome everyone in the chat. Remember to post your comments, post your questions, post your answers, and that's how you're going to benefit most is when you participate, right? Participate and you will benefit from the exercise. All right, so everybody got a chance to do 2 so far. So these ones now, I'm just gonna put them out and whoever wants to answer it can answer it, right?
Okay,
So,
miss.
okay, so let's see. I have a feeling I didn't, well, let me see how it goes. So if we have something like that, I wish I had a ruler to shoot. Because guess what? I'm gonna need to shade now. So we have 12 meters,
Okay.
and this part here, this little part right there
Okay.
is 5. Okay.
Okay, miss.
All right. Now this is shaded in here. This is a
Okay.
shaded region in there. All right. So here's the thing now. It's saying no.
They want the entire trapeze. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh!
So we at them say if you got the answer already, I'm never asked the question yet, girls. So if the area of the shaded region, if the area of the shaded region is 120 meters square, what is the area of the triangle and what's the area of the trapezium? Yeah.
Okay, so this is 120. That they want the area of the triangle. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. They want the area. Yeah. They want the area of the triangle. Sorry. The area of
Miss,
the
the
triangle.
area of the triangle would be half base times height, and the base is 5, and 5 times the height is 12. Since 12 on this side is the height for the figure on the that side, it would also be the
And
height
then
for the triangle.
okay, so you're saying for the triangle, right? So for the triangle is half base times height. So that is
Miss, and that would be half of 5 times 12.
mm-hmm,
So half of so 5 times 12 is 60, and half of 60 is 30, so that would be 30 meters squared.
All
And
right.
then,
So what would be the area of the trapezium?
oh, so now we have to find the area of the trapezium.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the area, so it's A plus B over 2 times the height. So we already have the height.
Anybody can answer this one. Remember, guys, it doesn't have to
Oh,
be. Anybody can pipe in.
Okay, so we're trying to find the area of the trapezium now.
Yeah.
Okay, so the area shaded length is square. So Miss, um, since it's 120 and one side is 12, Miss, and since it's a square, Miss, all the other sides will be 12.
Who told you
And
that
what?
it's a square,
no,
John?
that's not a square. It
Who
says the
told you
area
it's a
is
square?
120 meters squared, so
Oh,
that
120.
can't be a square.
120. Okay, so Miss, 120 divided by 12 would give 10, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Miss, so
And that
120.
would be
Yeah,
So what is 10?
Miss
10 Miss the top.
the top side.
Yes, Miss.
Here?
Yes, Miss.
So you're saying this will be 10 because since the area of the rectangle is length times width, so the area divided by the length would give the width. Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
I,
Miss.
I
And
see where you're going with that. All right.
yes, Miss. And Miss,
So what next?
Miss, since one part of it is 5 meter, Miss, and 5 meter, Miss, and we just find the top part, Miss. Then the
Mm,
entire the bottom part is 15 meter.
all right. Okay. All right. So what we do now?
Miss, Miss, and 12 meter, Miss, the other side would also be 12 meter.
Mm-hmm. But we don't need to put in the unnecessary things, right?
Yeah. Yes. So
Okay.
Miss,
So
the area
area
would
would be.
be A plus B over 2 times the height.
Mm-hmm.
So Miss, the the Miss A would be the 10 meter, Miss,
Mm-hmm.
plus the
Plus the
15. The
yes,
bottom part is 15.
Miss,
15.
so Miss,
And
over
the height is
Miss, the height is 12,
12. Okay.
and 10 plus 15 gives you 25.
So 25 over 2
Yes, Miss, that gives
is 12.
12.5.
So 12.5 times 12,
Miss, Miss, that's 150, Miss, 150
150
meters
units.
squared. Miss, meters squared.
All right. So is there any other way we could have found the area of the trapezium?
Mm.
Is there any other way?
Well, Miss, that's the only way I know.
Hmm?
Miss, I don't know if there's
Look
any.
at it carefully. Look at it carefully. And tell me if there is any other way we could have found the area of the trapezium.
Miss, we could use the trigonometry. Miss, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Miss, could we use that?
For
Or since
what? To find what?
other Miss,
All right, so what I'm saying, they told us the area of the shaded region, right?
Yes, miss. So all you have
And
to
then
do is
we found the
find
area
the
of the
area
triangle.
of the triangle and then add it back.
Just add it back. See?
And then
So when we got here, we
we
just
could just
needed to
add it
add
back.
this to this.
Um,
See, we would get the 150 meters square, right?
oh,
yes, miss.
oh,
Because the trapezium is the rectangle plus the triangle.
yes,
Triangle.
And they told us the area of the rectangle and we found the area of the triangle. So we could just add them from here. But we also could do this. Um, use the area, divide by the length to get the width. which is one of the parallel sides, and work it same way. All right, let me check the chat again, see what's up. Okay, so Pro John is saying he's from Trinidad. So we have DK from, where did DK say he's from again? Grenada or the Grenadines? St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And here we have Pro John from Trinidad. Welcome, Trinidad. We are happy to have you. All right. So Trini's in the house and the Grenadines in the house and the Jamaicans are always in the house. So we have actually one more, just one more to go, guys. All right. So let's do that last one. Hey, I'm gonna hear Asar. What Asar? He's still on?
Yes,
Oh
miss.
yes, miss. I was just leaving them to work it out.
Or you're just leaving them to work on the easy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Asar said it's
Oh,
too easy
oh,
for him.
okay, sorry.
Asar said can't even bother. All right, so here we go with this one. Why am I feel like this I got too easy for now? I feel like this I got too easy, you know. All right, so we have that. That from you see them, you know, say you know it already done. You
Yes,
know
yes.
that. All right, so this is 25. Okay. And well, so on. No. But Lord have mercy. It's too easy. Okay, so this is 11. All right, so no might as well just send me the answer. We need the area of the triangle and we need the area of the trapezium.
Okay, miss. So the area of the triangle. Okay, miss.
Mm-hmm.
That means to just square the top. Miss, the top part will also be 11 centimeter, miss. And
All right.
25 and
11 from 20.
11 from 25, miss. That would give
Uh-huh.
14. So miss, 14 centimeter. Right, for the
Where? 14 would go where?
miss at the base of the
Miss
triangle.
is
Here.
Yes,
the
miss.
short side.
Yes, miss.
Okay, so that's 14.
Yes, miss. And also, miss, it'd be um half time.
Half base times
Yeah,
height.
half base times 5.
What's
So
the
miss,
height of the triangle?
miss
Miss 11
11 centimeters.
centimeters.
I knew it. I knew this was too easy. So hold on.
Wait,
It's
no, you
so
changed the
why
thing.
me have meters? And that me just realized. So why me have meters here so?
Yeah.
So this should be centimeters. All right, and this is also 11. All right. We'll make it too easy, man. All right, so the area of the triangle is what then?
Miss
Miss
1
11
over.
times. Oh, we should give you the formula. Half
Yeah,
base
give me
times
the
height.
formula first. All
Yes,
right, so that's half base times height. Okay, so
yes, miss.
that is what?
Miss
Miss
one
half
half.
of 11 times 14.
Which is
Miss 11 times 14 is 154, and 154 divided by 2 is 77. So that's 77 centimeters squared. And then,
all right, an area of the trapezium.
Okay.
Miss Wood, I want to try it the way that you said we could do it earlier,
No, it has to.
Okay.
Yeah, it has
but
to.
it's like,
Okay.
No.
okay,
Maybe.
so
Go
so
ahead.
11, so it would be 11 squared since all the sides are equal,
Right. 11 squared.
and 11 squared is 121, and
Mm-hmm.
121 plus 77 would give you
Mm-hmm.
198 centimeters squared.
All right. So let's try it the other way and see if we get that same way.
Okay, Miss.
Okay. So
All right. So let me use a different color.
that's the air. Miss the air of the
Wait,
top.
which color am I to pick? The white.
Sure.
All right. So let's try it using the formula for the
Plus so
trapezium.
a
So
plus b
that's A plus B.
Over
over
two
2
times the
times
height.
the height.
So it should
So we
be
have, all right, so that would be what?
Miss 11
11
plus
plus
25 over
yeah.
2 times 11.
Uh-huh.
So 11 plus 25 is 36. And 36 divided by 2 is 18. And 18
Mm-hmm.
times 11 is 198 centimeters
All right.
squared.
So we get back the 198, right?
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Be honest, this one was actually quite easy.
Yeah, it's too easy. Why did I give you that easy one though?
I don't know.
But to be honest, as you say, area of the trapezium, it don't get much more difficult than this, really, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you just know your formula. Add the two parallel sides, divide by 2, and multiply by the height. If they try to trick you up all kind of way and give you some measurements that you don't need, especially the slant, the oblique, the
Oh, yes.
oblique side, you don't need it. Just cut your eye off it. Ignore it. You
Yes,
have
miss.
some students who feel like if the measurement is given them, I have to find something to do with it. No,
Okay.
it can just it might be there because you're going to need it further down the line to do something else.
Or them can be tricking you.
Or right, or they can just it can just be a catch, a trap, right? And
Yes.
if you're one of those students who feels say, why if it did it, if it do something, some people, anything you give them for them dinner, they eat up everything. Some people like that.
Wow.
You have
That's
some
not
people, them have to clean them plates.
Miss, that would be me with stew
That's
peas
you,
and rice.
John.
Miss, Miss, that would be me with stew peas and rice and corned beef and cabbage
Oh,
and
well,
potatoes.
you have some people, no matter how you pile up them plates, they have to eat everything on the plate. And you have some students, no matter if they don't need the thing, once them see it there, they're gonna use it. Don't be like one of those students. Only use what you need. They say enough is as good as a feast. Only take what you need. So if they give it a slant side, just ignore it. All you need are the two parallel sides and the height, right? You add the two part. And how do you know which two sides are? This is another thing. Some people can't decide what is the height and which one is the parallel sides. The two parallel sides will be perpendicular to the height. And most times you will see arrows on them. If you don't see arrows, just look to check, or you might see they put the 290 degrees in the corner, the two boxes,
Yes,
to
miss.
show that they are perpendicular. Young DK wants us to teach him some Jamaica patois. On a bus some patois for him now, him want hear some Jamaican patois. No say
Yeah,
something.
Imani.
What?
You can't
Well,
talk patois. Young DK is from Trinidad and him say him want hear some Jamaican talk. So may I tell him for bus some patois for him.
Bust some patois.
But here they know. Yeah, let we down, Imani. Yeah, let we down.
Miss, you don't just speak patois on command. It's not like, you know.
So all right, so you can prepare fit. It have to just come out of
It
you.
have to just come. Yeah, exactly.
It have to just come out. All right.
Miss,
Okay,
but
so I will.
some pot of beef.
Okay. Yeah, man. So all you have to do, John, is pro John. Just wait, and you will hear the patois just flow out. You can't make we get too self-conscious, then it now go come out so good, right? Oh, he's from St. Vincent. I knew he's from
Yeah.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Young DK, right? And Projan is from Trinidad. So we welcome our Caribbean
Islands.
peeps, Yeah, our islanders. We are islanders and we are proud of our Caribbean heritage, our culture. We are very proud of it. All right. So also look out for them twisting things up like with the shaded region thing, right? look out for the special triangles, and some of them you don't need to work them out because you should just know, right? So you have the 3, 4, 5 triangle, you have the 6, 8, 10 triangle, you have the 13, 12, 5. A lot of them, you can study them. Study them. As you see them, you know them. All right. Young DK want to know what they call kerosene oil. We use that in our lamps when light gone. What a question. All right, guys. So that's it. That's the wrap for area of the trapezium. Remember, in this formula class, so on a Thursday night, we focus on the different formulas. We look at how they were derived. We look at some shortcuts that we can use, and we look at when we can use the different formulas. So far, we have been doing area. We looked at area of the square and the rectangle, and we also looked at how scale factor determines comparative areas. Last week, we looked at what area of the triangle and how scale factor
Triangle.
affected the area. Remember? Yeah.
Miss and
So,
perimeter and perimeter.
Those are kind of hard.
right. So we looked at the 3 different formulas for finding the area of the triangle. What are they? The half base times height.
Half base times height, half AB sine C, and the semi-perimeter
Yes.
one. The
So
square root of the
Heron's formula.
formula.
On the perimeter, and then you
Yeah.
got it by 2 semi-perimeter. And all
Okay.
that stuff.
So Heron's formula, it's not hard, but it's long. You know them way they in a hard, but there's a lot of steps. Yeah, lots of
Miss, I think
steps.
one of them, Miss, someone is asking for a Zoom link. Miss, I think they mean like the studio link that
I
they can
posted the
like.
studio link earlier, but we're about to wrap up now. The studio link is up top in the chat, but we're gonna wrap up now. And so next week we can do. Hold on a minute, Amara. Next week we're going to do area of the parallelogram and the rhombus. Go ahead, Amari.
Please remember, we're not just solving math problems, we're changing lives.
Indeed, we are. Did he just wake up to say that? Were you sleeping,
Miss,
Amari?
he was
So
looking for
who is gonna be up for the midnight class later?
Miss. I set my alarm, but I think mom is going to wake me up as well, just in case.
You
know.
weren't with us
I,
last
I,
week.
I was
Imani? Were you there last
No,
week, Imani?
I was there last week. I came
You
like
came
15
late.
minutes late. Yes,
Yeah, you came
miss.
late. Okay. All right, so someone is asking what time we start on a Thursday. We have 2 CSEC classes on a Thursday. So Jamaica time, it's 8 to 9 p.m. And then we have a midnight class from 12 midnight to 2 a.m. on a Thursday. So 2 classes on a Thursday. So you can get some sleep, get a little doze off, and then you wake up 11:45, wash your face, drink some water, and come back at 12 midnight. We're going to do our multiple choice CSEC. So that's the paper 1, 60 questions. Okay, so come back at midnight tonight. All right, guys. See you later. Get some rest.
Miss have something other to say. Miss, I want to hear
Go
your
ahead.
opinion. Please remember,
On.
we're not just solving math problems, we're changing test papers.
Changing. We're changing test papers. What I know. So you have to explain first before me tell you what me think. What you mean by that?
Miss, Miss, if you have a bad grade, you just need to watch the Kemet Maasai Academy.
So how would it mean that you're changing test papers? That's the part I'm not getting. Clarify that for me, Amari. Well, Amari,
And
them gone? Same goes
Yep.
there
fire
is
shot and gone?
Miss, I'm trying to. Miss, can you please
Miss.
explain again?
No, I don't mean if you explain it. You if
No, Miss,
explain it.
I mean, tell me the question again.
No, you tell me something and say no, just solve math problem. You're changing test papers. Now that you say.
Changing test papers. That's what Miss is asking.
So may I ask you now what you mean by that?
Miss, like when you.
Why you guys laughing at your sibling?
Okay, Miss. I think he means like that we
Uh-huh.
do that we're not repeating test papers even though it's the same concept. Like we can try different concepts on different papers.
Oh,
Yes, that's
okay.
what I'm about.
Well, I don't have an issue with that.
Miss,
Yeah,
that's what I was
sometimes we have
about.
to change it up. That's what you meant, Amari?
Yes, Miss.
You're sure Big Sis not putting words in your mouth?
No, Miss.
Okay. All right, guys. So go and get some sleep. I want you nice and perky at midnight, okay? See you later.
Later, Miss.
Bye, Miss.
All right. So I'm going to play for you the schedule for those who were asking what's the schedule of live classes. Here you go, write them down. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.